Hi everybody, it's Amy Powers here with another process video for Craft Roulette. This week's parameters are an A7 card, that's 5x7, 1980s colors, interjection, and include an arch. This week marks my 75th contribution, so I really wanted to make a special card. And so I remembered this collection that I purchased. I purchased it on sale. I got the whole collection for, I think, $55, which is pretty incredible. Tonic Studios was having a warehouse clearance sale. Right now, they're still available. This die set alone is $27. I got the wedding one, the baby one, the Christmas one, and the base set for $55. I'm not sure how much the base set is, but you can do quite a lot with just the single die set, and there is a lot of metal in each of these sets. They're really pretty incredible. So what I did is I cut panels out, 4 I think, that were 5x7 because that's our parameter. And even though this seems pretty small on that, I think I'm going to be able to make it work. It's pretty, it's, I guess, a clean and simple card as it is now. I'm going to add some color. But what these dies do is it has a cutting edge, but it doesn't cut it out completely. So you can sort of do an inlay into each of your panels. So that's what I did for 4 panels. 1, 2, 3. And then this one I'm going to actually use as the top one. You can do these in any layer, any order that you want. This one is going to be my top one. And in the base set, there's this die, which also just cuts like an inlay. It doesn't cut this shape out. So since it's the front of the card, I just put this panel back through my die cutter. And it even makes a little place here for the greeting. It sort of embosses that area. So I don't know if you can see that, but that's what's going to make it fill up the space a little better to be more of a 5x7 card. Also, when I cut these, this is on watercolor paper, I had to use my chrome precision plate, and even then I had to run it through twice because of all these little details. And for this panel, it actually has another branch. So what I did is I just cut out another piece. There's another die that will cut out this shape. So I put that die through, and then cut it out with this arch shape. So you can see that this meets the arch requirement really nicely, really sweetly. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to be able to just put this over top and add just a little bit more dimension. I'm not going to glue down each of those branches. I'm going to keep them separate and just put this here, and I think that'll be very sweet. Now, I'm not going to add foam tape between these layers because this is 4 pieces of cardstock. That's already pretty substantial, and I just like the way that it looks with this much dimension. So this is a card that I'm giving for a wedding. I'm handing it to them. So I could go kind of crazy with foam, but I think I'm just going to keep it pretty simple. It is a pretty substantial card. Okay, so let me show you what I'm going to do for color. So I really didn't want to make a neon wedding card, since I'm actually going to give this card to a pretty sophisticated couple. But what I thought would be fun is a 1980s wedding color scheme. And I found this funny photograph online. I don't know the people, it just was online, but I thought that would be a fun color palette to use in this card. So what I'm going to do is just sort of use that as my guide. I picked out some of Tombow colors that I thought were along those lines. I'm going to limit myself to just using these colors. I think that's pretty close to those. And what I'm going to do is just watercolor some of the details on each of these panels. I like the way it looks in white. In fact, I almost went with an all-white card, thinking of Billy Idol's song White Wedding, which was 1982. But I thought, well, if it is an 80s color palette, white on white isn't necessarily 1980s vibe. So I'm going to go with the 1980s wedding colors. And what I'm going to do is work on each panel separately. So I'll start with this one and just add touches of color. I have a palette. This is just a piece of plastic. And I have my water. Okay. And I have those colors. And what I'm going to do is just scribble a little of each of these colors onto my palette. I'm sort of mixing this bluish green with this limey green to get a little bit of variation. And you can see that there are little hearts in this. I'm going to make those pink, I think. I don't know if those are really hearts. They might just be leaves that are together, but I thought it was cute to make them hearts. Okay, that's very light. I think it's nice though. And then even though that's going to cover up, that's going to cover up this panel, I'm still going to color these just in case they show. I forgot to say that the way that I lined these up is that I took the most open die, which was the one with the car, and I cut it out of the 5x7 card, and then for each of the others I traced this shape, and then I was able to line that die up so that they're pretty close to the same. If you're a little off, it's actually pretty forgiving. You don't really notice it. In the die set, there's a separate die that imprints the Just Married, which I think is so sweet, on the back. One thing is, because Tonic Studios is a British company, they have the bride and groom reversed from what we would see. But maybe I think this is a detail that hopefully no one will really notice. And I even thought about adding a little bit of tulle for the bride here, but that's just a detail that you don't notice when everything's put together. It just I tried it out, and it kind of it just got lost. It's a little bit hidden. So just now I added maybe a little bit too much of that green, but I'm going to go back and add pink over there for pink flowers. And I think I'm gonna just keep the silhouettes all white, because I don't trust myself to add that detail well of the hair and everything else. So I might come in straight from the marker and add color later for there. Maybe I'll color the car. Maybe I'll make their silhouettes just blue. I hope I'm not ruining this. So I don't really like how blue those guys are. I think it looks weird. So I just took a piece of watercolor paper and ran it through just like this. And I'm going to cut that part out. And I'm just going to piece that on there, just like that. And I think I'll just keep that white. Okay, and then this is the panel I think that's going to have the most variation of color, because I'm going to make each one of those pennants a different color. Just going to go straight with the marker on, just to give it a little bit more pigment. Now for the back panel, I've got this piece of really pretty shimmer blue paper. That's going to go in the very back on a panel. And then all of these will line up. And what I might do is when I cut the panel, the card base itself, I think I'm going to cut an arch in it, and then this will be actually inside the card. I think that would be a sweet way to do this dimension, and then I won't lose that detail of those scallops. Okay, so one more thing that I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to cut this panel out one more time. Just this little, I guess it's a church, and I'm going to cut that out of gold. I think that would be really sweet. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay. I heard once that you don't say congratulations to the bride. This is kind of an old-fashioned thing, but you say congratulations to the groom, and I don't know what you say, best wishes to the bride, something other than congratulations. I don't know if that still applies. I think you can say congratulations. And anyway, this is to the couple. So I'm going to try and center that in this area, and I am going to emboss. Now I noticed when I embossed my sewing machine card, you could see a lot of the gold specks that were all around. I didn't notice them to my naked eye, but in the camera you could see it. And I don't have my embossing buddy in this where I am now, so I'm just going to wing it again and hope that there's not too many stray gold bits. So I'm gold embossing, heat embossing with gold. I really think that would fit this card really nicely, and it's something I like to do. Makes it, I don't know, special. Coming together. Now I'm going to make the card base. Card base, and this is all going to go on top of that. And I just need to take this last one so that I can make sure I'm positioning the arch. Pretty good place. In the baby set, there's actually a really sweet clouds. I think that would be, well, let me check. Will it be too much? Wondering if I take this panel and I cut that, then that would make white clouds and the blue sky. I think I'm going to try that. I cut an arch into the card base, and this arch is the same size as the blue arch, and that made it really easy to place that blue arch just through the front, and then that was sure that it was lined up. And then I just glue all those panels together. This is a really, really thick card front. And then once I glued everything together, I didn't get this on camera, but I just realized that the right edge was a little bit uneven. So I took a straight edge to it, and I don't know if this happens to you. It happens to me all the time. I fix something, and then I fix it, and then I fix it, and then, oh my gosh, I've messed it up. So I ended up taking about 1/8 of an inch off of the right side of the card, and it looked pretty, but now it wasn't centered. So to offset that and disguise the fact that it wasn't centered, I added this gold ribbon to the left side. And funny enough, I almost have a card that would fit for last week's parameters, because I have tie, like I tied a ribbon, and it has clouds in it. I don't remember the other parameters, but those two would fit. Anyway, this is my card for this week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really thank you for watching. Take care. Hey, if you like this project and want to see more like it, let me know by giving me a thumbs up, subscribing, and leaving a comment. Take care.